Hi, I'm Scott. Welcome back to Synth Stuff. Yes, it's another montage leak video because we got a big one this time. All the specifications for the new Montage M coming up. We are literally days away from the release of the Montage. All the information we have is that the new Montage M will be released this Monday, October 9, only 3 days away from it. We now have a leak from Yamaha that includes all the specifications, the prices, pretty much everything you want to know about the new Montage M. I have the specs right here. I'm not going to talk about all the stuff that hasn't changed. So anything that isn't currently in the Montage that is not changing in the new Montage, I'm not going to address. Things, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there that's talking about seamless sound switching and the super knob. I mean, yes, okay, that's great features of the new Montage, but they're exactly the same as they were on the old Montage. So let's talk about what's different. Memory. The original Montage, this one here, has 5.67 gigabytes of memory dedicated to the factory sounds, all the pianos and the synths and all the AWM2 sounds built into the Montage. The new Montage has 9.97 gigabytes, so a little bit more than double, but that doesn't mean that's the memory that is available. That's what is being used. So it has almost double the amount of memory used for the actual sounds built into the Montage. And we're going to talk about why that is in just a moment. This original Montage has 1.75 gigabytes of memory available for storage of user sounds, that's samples and sample packs and that sort of thing. The new one has 3.8 gigabytes, so over double. That's great. We like seeing more memory. More is better. I do really hope that they have expanded the limitation of having only 8 libraries loaded at any one time, because that's probably one of my biggest problems I have with this synthesizer, this and the MoDX both, in that you can only load 8 different libraries at a time. I have lots of user memory free available to be used in my Montage, but I can't use it because I'm already loaded 8 libraries in there. So anytime I want to add something new, if I got a new library I want to add, I have to use something like the Melos tools to combine 2 libraries on my computer so then I can upload it and fit it in there. Because I've already got my 8 libraries, I can't add another library. If they added, just change it to 16 or 32, I mean, it's stupid that they have just this arbitrary 8 library limitation, particularly when they're more than doubling the available storage. So please, I hope that's in the new Montage. My fingers are crossed. All right, why have they got more memory used for the actual samples in the thing? Because they've got higher precision samples. Now it says precision. Does that mean higher sample rate? Does that mean higher bit depth? Maybe it's both. I suspect it's bit depth, but they do say higher precision samples. And in particular, it's because the AWM2 engine in the new Montage M has been upgraded, and it says it has higher definition for emulative sounds, things like strings and pianos and drums and real acoustic instruments. So we have higher definition for those sounds. It sounds better and more realistic. Those samples apparently take up more memory, which is why we have much more memory being used for the factory sounds. The FMX engine, we understand, has not been changed. And then of course we have the worst kept secret, the new ANX engine, which is a part of the new Montage. It is a virtual analog synthesizer emulator, a third engine in the Montage. No tone wheel organ, no modeled piano, anything of that sort. So we still have our AWM2, again with the higher resolution for pianos. So we are going to hear an upgrade for the pianos, FMX, and then ANX. Polyphony has gone way up. Now this is interesting. The original Montage has 128 note polyphony for the AWM2 engine. The new Montage has 2 separate AWM engine polyphony counts. We have 128 notes for the presets and then another 128 notes for the user presets. So if you load your own samples into your own libraries, those libraries get 128 notes of polyphony, and the original built-in AWM engine for its own factory sounds is another 128. So there's 256 voices of polyphony right there. I suspect If you look at the architecture of the circuit board, the DSP chips actually have direct connections into the memory storage chips on that main circuit board. So I suspect they've populated another one of those memory chips and connected the second SWP, the DSP chip, directly to it. And that's why we have double the polyphony, because each of those is accessing different memory and operating independently. That would be my educated guess. FMX unchanged at 128 voices, and then we have the new ANX engine, which has a 16 voice polyphony. There is mention of a new analog circuit in the new Montage. They call it a pure analog circuit, so the analog portion of the signal after it's left the DACs, and then whatever happens to it between there and the jacks on the back of the synthesizer. It says there's improved noise reduction, improved reduction in crosstalk, improved reduction in distortion, and also improved low frequency phase phase control between different channels. In the effects, they do make a mention of virtual circuit modeled classic effects. So things such as old compressors and phasers and that sort of thing. They're actually modeling those that in circuitry. So almost like the System 8 where you have analog circuit behavior, they're modeling the physical circuitry of those old effects to emulate those effects in the new Montage. For the USB, we have 32 channels of audio coming out over USB. We have 6 channels of audio coming in that we can route through the audio routing within the Montage. We also have 16 channels in and out of MIDI, just the same as the existing Montage. Keybeds and controls, unfortunately, the M6 and M7 have the exact same FSX keybed that's in the existing Montage. I'm going to say unfortunate, but it's a very, very nice keybed to play. But they have not changed it at all. It is still channel aftertouch only. Things have changed, however, with the Montage M8X. It is a brand new keybed from Yamaha called the GEX. It is a graded hammer system that emulates very quick keybed of a grand piano, and it has polyphonic aftertouch. So the new Montage M8X polyphonic aftertouch. A huge shame that they have not brought that to the M6 and the M7 Montage. They are still stuck with the old channel aftertouch keybeds. As several people have noticed, the ribbon controller is a 5-segment ribbon controller. It's not just a simple band that you can drag your finger across. What does that mean? We don't know. We don't know what that functionality is, but in the specs it says 5-segment ribbon controller. Maybe it means they can use them as buttons, we don't know. There's also a hold button, so if you play a chord, you can press hold, kind of like pressing your pedal, and then as it's holding, you can then adjust things. That's great for the ANX engine, where you may want to have a chord being held down and then hold that chord so that while you modify the filters or whatnot in the ANX engine. Lastly, the price. Now these are MSRPs. The actual retail prices are going to be somewhat lower, but these are eye-watering. The Montage M6 MSRP $3,999. The Montage M7 $4,499. And the Montage M8X $4,999 MSRP from Yamaha. Expect actual prices to be $600 or $700 lower than that, but still eye-watering prices for the new Montage. So what do you think? Now we know what to expect from the new Montage. Is it something that you want to get your hands on? Do you think you'll be buying one? Is the ANX engine enough to push you over the edge? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, hey, click like, subscribe. It really helps me out, and it lets you be notified every time I post a new video. That's it. This is no doubt the last Montage leak video, because we're only 3 days away, and the next video I'm sure will be, hey, here's the new Montage, here's everything about it. Stay tuned for that, coming soon. Thanks for watching.